Hello, everyone. My name is Chef Mark. N equals one. My weight loss journey. Um, if any of you guys have watched this video in the past or watched me in the past, this is about the third time I've changed my name. I am now ever going to be known as Chef Mark. N equals one. No matter if I get bariatric surgery or not in the future, I'm going to be a study of one, and I'm going to be my own experiment on what works and what doesn't work going forward with my my weight loss journey. So any of you guys haven't watched this already, and there would only be about 8 of you who might have watched this in the past. 10 if you count me watching it twice just to get me some numbers. But I have 1 follower, and I've recently made a page on Facebook, so some of you guys might be new, my cousins, friends, whatever, interested in what's going on in my life and my weight loss. And I'll keep you guys updated. So anyway, I'm going to give you hopefully a quick, uninterrupted version. My dog's been barking it all day. This is the third time I've tried to make this video. I would splice it, but I don't know how. I'm 53, and I'm just happy I know how to take a video on a phone and put it onto my computer and then get it up to the internet somehow. So here we go. I started my weight loss journey official back in end of August of 2017. I started, I looked up a bariatric program called Akron Bariatrics. It's part of the Akron General Cleveland Clinic. And when I went in there, I really didn't have a clue what my weight was. I knew it was high, and it was 557. Yes, you heard me right the first time. 557. Let's just say 560 for us and giggles. And it took me a second to sit there and realize what my weight was, and I'm like, damn. I remember watching my 600-pound life with my sister and going, that would never be me. Guess what? It almost was me. I was getting close to it. If I'd kept going another 8 months, I probably would be 600-pound life. I wouldn't have a job. And I'd probably be on my deathbed if I didn't do anything. But I did. So that's the good thing. So you guys don't have to worry. As of today, coming towards the end of May, I weigh 420 pounds one day, 422, 418. And I've been in that ballpark for the past 2 weeks. I've hit a little bit of a stall. I'm not concerned. In years past, I'd probably be freaking out and I'd just go off on a binge. But I've come a long ways, and I'm pretty dedicated to what I'm going to do, because reality smacked me in the face. And, I'll have people at work that hadn't seen me in a long time. They'll come and say, hey, you look good. And, no, I look better. I don't look good. I'm still 420 pounds. I'm still not even a halfway to where I want to be. But goals are good. And so you have long-term goals. You have short-term goals. And the short-term goals, I just want to get into the 399. I'll be happy when that happens. I haven't seen 300s in ages. 399 is closer to 400, but we're not going to count that. We're going to count that as getting a 3 in my digits. So that's my next goal. Next goal after that I'll probably go from pant size and stuff. And, getting in better health. So anyway, started at 557. When I first got there, they told me I was going to have to stay on. It takes 9 months to get insurance approval with the insurance I'm on. And I'm like, okay. Damn, it's like having a baby. I have to wait 9 months to get rid of part of my stomach. But, there's a reason they do it, and I'm sort of glad they did. Because if it would have been 6 months, I would have had a surgery, and we'd be talking about what it's like to have a vertical sleeve instead of talking about how I'm going to lose this weight without any surgery. And that's my goal. I think it always has been my goal in the back of my brain. But I knew I needed something to kickstart it. And I'm glad I walked through the doors at Akron General Bariatrics. I'm glad I met my dietitian, Chelsea, my nurse practitioner, Amy, and the rest of the staff there, and Dr. Daigle, who's the surgeon who was going to perform it and may still perform it. I'm not out of the woods. I'm just trying to get out of the woods. I can see light at the end of the woods, but it doesn't mean I'm out. I just hope that's not a train coming the other way. So, as I started, I really hadn't changed my mindset, to be honest with you. I've always been good at losing the first 40 pounds. That's easy. I pulled out my fitness pal like I've had in the past. If we could add up all the 40s I've lost, well, I haven't. The problem was every time I lost 40, I gained 50 back. And that's what happens in weight loss. And that's why I'm going to make sure it doesn't happen this time. And I have a plan. It's a diabolical plan. I don't know. It's just a plan. It's a lifestyle that I'm going to try to live with. And it's the road to get to where I'm at now is weird. It's a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of research. My nurse practitioner, Amy, she probably thought I researched it too much. Asked, I think sometimes I thought I was the doctor, but your health is your health. You got to take an active role in it. So where I'm at now, so today I weigh 420, like I said. Not only that, when I started, let's just talk about my medicines. When I started, I was taking between 20 and 25 units of Levemir a day. And then, I was taking 4 5-milligram glyburide, which is another diabetic medicine that helps you produce more insulin, as I later learned. Not the best thing. The doctors do what they've been told by pharmaceuticals and other people. And then I was on 45 milligrams of Actos, which is a different type of medicine. And then I was on metformin. I was taking 2 1,000 milligram pills a day. Plus, I was on a blood pressure medicine, not a high one. It was more to help the kidneys. And I was on a water pill. And then my bariatric surgeon put me on Protonics, an antacid. And, I had so much information in my joints, and it was one of the main things. I couldn't take any leave, and I was miserable, and things weren't progressing the way I wanted. But I was determined to make it to surgery date and get to surgery and change my life. That still hasn't changed. I'm going to change my life. Not hoping I am. So on YouTube, I found a couple different bariatric doctors. Duck Long, he became like my moral support and someone I've listened to every day. Because at the Akron General Bariatric, I'm only going there once a month. Well, he became my AA meeting. Go on there and listen to him talk to his patients. And then I found this other doctor, Matthew Weiner, and started to understand a little bit more about weight and why I weigh what I weigh and about how to lose weight. And he had a metabolic reset diet that he likes to have his patients do. And I did it, and it worked to a point. But it didn't get me all the way there. But, baby steps, you move along the way. So then I came across a video by Dr. Jason Fung, and he was talking about type 2 diabetic. So I started to listen to it and how he's a nephrologist up in Canada, and his whole goal is to get people off being diabetic so he doesn't have to deal with their kidney problems, because a nephrologist is someone who deals with kidneys. Urologist deals with your plumbing. Nephrologist deals with the actual kidneys. So, anyways, he had a couple books, and I bought this book. It's called The Obesity Code, and it talks a lot about why you're heavy, why you can't lose weight, and and that's all his opinions. He has a lot of peer-reviewed studies in here, but if you can always find someone who's going to say something different, but you have to decide what's right for you. I'm going to try whatever I think is going to work. So in the obesity code, insulin is the main culprit, and me being a type 2 diabetic, it opened my eyes to a lot of things. So the other thing he's really well known for is fasting. Him and this guy named Jimmy Moore, they wrote this book called The Complete Guide to Fasting. And I've been doing some of his fasting protocols for about a month and a half now. And I've had good success, and I've also started keto. I haven't bought any books on keto because there's like 8,000 videos about it, so why should I spend money on it? But I have a couple doctors, different people on there that I follow their keto. One is Dr. Eric Berg. I like him a lot. Do I agree with everything he says? No, I just can't buy everything organic and grass-fed. But I like a lot what he has to say. And I have another doctor on there. His name is Dr. Eric Berry, or Keith Berry. I like listening to him. And then there's a trainer. His name's Thomas DeLauer. And then I watch another keto program called Keto Connect. And I've limited pretty much to those. And I'm watching anything that is Dr. Fung. But he talks more about fasting and the insulin resistant. And he doesn't say you have to be keto for fasting to work. But it does help with it. The one thing I've learned is I have to work on my insulin resistance and insulin sensitivity, and fasting really helps with that. When I started, I had big plans. I was going to do a 21-day fast. Lasted 7. But it wasn't a complete fast. I was still doing bone broth, and I was drinking bulletproof coffee every morning. And any of you who are in keto know what a bulletproof coffee is. If you don't, I'll explain it to you. It's basically coffee. I use grass-fed butter, MCT oil, and a little heavy cream. And basically it helps satiate you, and especially when you're fasting. But coming up on Memorial Day, I am starting a 7-day water fast. I will drink black coffee once a day. The rest of the day will just be water with a little electrolyte, some pink Himalayan salt, and some potassium. And that's just to keep me from getting dehydrated, and I only do that once a day. The rest I'll be just drinking water, and a lot of it. And the reason for the 7-day fast is autophagy, and you can look it up. It's basically your body's cleaning cycle. It goes, but you can't do it in a fed state. It actually gets activated by fasting. So that's my goal. So then going forward, I don't think I'm going to do keto for the rest of my life. I like it, but it really is low on carbs. But I'll be on keto until I'm completely fat adapted. And what that means is my body will use fat for energy versus carbs. I have a lot of fat to use, so that's my goal. And then the other thing is, it's really, really low on carbs. It's hard. and eventually, there's some carbs I'd like to reintroduce into my diet. Some like legumes, beans, starchy vegetables. Maybe a sweet potato every now and then would be nice. Will I ever go back to eating pizza and pasta and on special occasions? Maybe. But to be honest with you, I don't miss the carbs. And I never really was a big sweet person. But, I'm still eating steaks and I still eat bacon and eggs and avocado. And so I like, and I eat a lot of vegetables. And that's, one thing. I mean, like, my salad I weighed it the one day. It was over a pound. And you could break that up in a couple of different meals, but you need to at least get that in for your phytonutrients. And so that's where my carbs come from: greens and tomatoes, and peppers and stuff like that. So going forward, that's what I'm going to do. So my videos from now on, I'm going to be talking about keto. I'm going to be talking about fasting. You won't have to listen to my boring of where I came from. So just a couple numbers to give you. Since I've started keto, I've lost over 4.5 inches off my stomach, over 3.5 inches off my chest, an inch off my neck. I'm in a pant size that I haven't wore. I had to actually go out and buy a new pair of pants. And it's like I am now, and plus now I'm getting into the weight that I've been carrying for a long time. So, your body doesn't like to always give things up. But if anyone who's in the same boat as I am, you want some advice, just leave me a comment. And I'll answer it as best I can. I don't have all the answers. That's why I refer to a lot of doctors, and but not even all of them have the answers. And that's why you have to be an experiment on yourself, and you have to, hopefully you don't have to do what I did and get to almost bottom level, but sometimes you have to, for life to smack you in the face and say, grow up. I think the other thing when seeing, my brother said something to me, he goes, and I'm like, yeah, I'm getting this in control, because he doesn't want to go to any more funerals. We've been through enough this past year or so, so that's my goal going forward. Thank you for making it this far. I know it's a little long-winded. Hopefully in the next videos, I'll start telling you about different foods I'm eating. I'm working on just different recipes for keto, because I am a chef. So I'm going to make things good. I'm still trying to figure out a pizza recipe. I've tried a lot of different crusts, and I may just give up on pizza, because nothing's ever compared to my pizza dough. It really won't. It's just the way it is. But thank you. You guys have a good night. Stay safe. Be blessed. I'll talk to you later.